muscle loss, falls, and frailty, how seniors can reverse the clock naturally. At the age of 72, Mr. Richard Lane, a retired engineer from Michigan, began noticing that simple tasks like carrying groceries or climbing stairs left him unusually tired. What Richard didn't know at the time was that he was experiencing the early signs of sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. By the time people reach 70 years old, it is possible to lose up to 40% of their muscle mass, often without even realizing it. The gradual decline can start as early as age 30, but after 65, the process accelerates significantly, putting millions of seniors at risk of physical decline, falls, and loss of independence. Sarcopenia is not merely a consequence of getting older, it's a condition influenced by lifestyle, nutrition, and other modifiable factors. According to a major study conducted by Johns Hopkins University, severe muscle loss increases the risk of mobility-related disability by a staggering 320%. For people like Richard, who lived an otherwise healthy lifestyle, the revelation came as a shock. "I had always thought that if I stayed active, I'd be fine," Richard said. "But I didn't realize that the foods I was eating and the nutrients I was missing were playing such a big role." In fact, one of the biggest overlooked contributors to sarcopenia is nutritional deficiency. Research suggests that approximately 78% of elderly individuals are deficient in at least one critical vitamin or mineral that supports muscle health. The National Institute on Aging has identified 6 key nutrients that can help reverse or slow the progression of muscle loss: coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, vitamin D, vitamin B12, vitamin C, magnesium, and creatine. Let's take a closer look at each of these essential nutrients and how they contribute to muscle preservation in old age, using both scientific data and real-life examples of individuals who've benefited from targeted nutritional strategies. 1. Coenzyme Q10. The mitochondrial spark coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10, is a vitamin-like substance found in every cell of the human body. It plays a crucial role in producing adenosine triphosphate, ATP, the molecule that fuels muscle contraction and cellular energy. Unfortunately, CoQ10 levels naturally decline with age, by as much as 65%, according to studies. This decline is further exacerbated by common medications like statins, which are often prescribed to older adults to manage cholesterol. Statins, while effective in lowering LDL levels, can significantly suppress CoQ10 synthesis, leading to muscle fatigue, weakness, and cramps. This was the case for Martha Jenkins, 68, from San Diego, who had been on statins for over a decade. "I felt tired all the time, and my legs were constantly sore," she said. After her doctor recommended a daily supplement of 200 milligrams of CoQ10, she began to notice improvements within weeks. "I had more energy, and even my morning walks became easier." The recommended dosage for older adults ranges from 100 to 300 milligrams per day. Brands such as Doctor's Best High Absorption CoQ10 and Guanal Ultra are popular choices for their bioavailability. 2. Vitamin D. The sunshine hormone for muscles. Vitamin D is essential for calcium absorption and bone health, but it also plays a critical role in maintaining muscle strength and balance. Deficiency in vitamin D is alarmingly common in seniors, especially those who spend limited time outdoors. Studies show that lacking adequate vitamin D can increase the risk of falling by more than 20%, a significant concern for older adults who already face higher risks of fractures and hospitalizations. Take the case of 74-year-old Linda Troy, a retired teacher living in Seattle. "We don't get a lot of sun up here," she laughed. After experiencing a fall in her kitchen that led to a minor hip fracture, Linda underwent blood tests that revealed low levels of vitamin D. Under her physician's guidance, she began taking 1000 IU daily, combined with regular resistance exercises. Her balance improved noticeably, and she hasn't had a fall since. Experts recommend a daily intake of 800 to 2000 IU of vitamin D for seniors, depending on their blood levels and exposure to sunlight. Reliable supplements include Nature-Made and Nordic Naturals, both of which offer high-quality vitamin D3 formulations. 3. Vitamin B12. Restoring nerve-muscle communication. Vitamin B12 deficiency can be particularly insidious because it affects not just muscle function, but also the nervous system. Symptoms may include muscle weakness, tremors, poor coordination, and even cognitive decline. After age 50, the body's ability to absorb B12 from food sources such as meat and dairy products declines significantly, affecting nearly 30% of older adults. Michael Hartman, 76, a retired librarian from Boston, had trouble walking straight and frequently experienced numbness in his feet. "I thought it was just aging," he admitted. However, a neurologist found that he was severely deficient in vitamin B12. After beginning methylcobalamin supplementation at 1,000 micrograms per day, Michael saw a dramatic turnaround. "My strength came back, and I felt more in control of my movements." The ideal B12 dosage for older adults ranges from 2.4 to 1,000 micrograms daily, often in the methylcobalamin form for better absorption. Trusted brands include Garden of Life and Jarrow formulas for vitamin C. The collagen builder and antioxidant shield. Vitamin C is often associated with immune health, but its role in muscle maintenance is equally critical. It's a powerful antioxidant that combats oxidative stress, one of the primary culprits behind cellular aging. More importantly, vitamin C is essential for the synthesis of collagen, the most abundant protein in the human body, and a fundamental component of connective tissue and muscle structure. For older adults, oxidative damage can impair muscle regeneration and reduce muscle quality. Studies have found that seniors with adequate levels of vitamin C have significantly greater muscle mass and strength compared to those who are deficient. Take 70-year-old Janet Alvarez from Austin, Texas, for example. A former dance instructor, Janet remained physically active even after retirement, but she began experiencing joint stiffness and a decline in her range of motion. Her physician recommended increasing her vitamin C intake through both diet and supplementation. Within 3 months of taking 400 milligrams of vitamin C daily and incorporating more citrus fruits and bell peppers into her meals, Janet noticed a remarkable improvement. "I feel more flexible and stronger," she shared. "It's like my body is responding better to exercise again." The recommended dose for seniors ranges from 200 to 400 milligrams per day. Natural food sources like oranges, strawberries, and broccoli are excellent, but when dietary intake isn't sufficient, supplements can fill the gap. 5. Magnesium. The silent muscle supporter. Magnesium is one of the most underrated nutrients when it comes to muscle health. It plays a vital role in muscle contraction and relaxation, energy metabolism, and nerve function. Yet, over 60% of older adults are deficient in magnesium, often without knowing it. This deficiency can lead to frequent muscle cramps, spasms, and fatigue, all of which contribute to decreased mobility and quality of life. Arthur Lim, 75, from Vancouver, had been dealing with nightly leg cramps for years. "I tried stretching, drinking more water, even massages, but nothing helped," he said. After a friend recommended magnesium glycinate, he began taking 400 milligrams daily. The cramps went away almost completely. "I wish I had known about this earlier." Magnesium comes in many forms, but glycinate is often recommended for its gentle effect on the digestive system and high bioavailability. Older adults should aim for 320 to 420 milligrams of magnesium daily, particularly if they experience symptoms like cramping, low energy, or muscle tightness. 6. Creatine, the powerhouse molecule for strength and recovery often associated with bodybuilders and athletes. Creatine is actually one of the most researched and effective supplements for older adults looking to preserve or rebuild muscle mass. Creatine helps replenish ATP stores, which fuel short bursts of high-intensity effort, such as lifting, walking upstairs, or even standing up from a chair. Research has shown that combining creatine with resistance training can lead to a 14% increase in muscle strength in older adults after just 12 weeks. Unlike other supplements, creatine works relatively quickly and has a well-documented safety profile when taken in recommended doses. One example is 69-year-old Bruce Feldman from Chicago, who began a strength training program at his local senior center. His trainer suggested he add creatine monohydrate to support recovery. "I started with 5 grams a day, and within a few weeks, I could lift heavier weights. I also felt less soreness after workouts," Bruce said. "At my age, that's a big win." The recommended dose is typically 3 to 5 grams per day. Brands such as Optimum Nutrition micronized creatine are widely used for their purity and effectiveness. Holistic strategies to preserve muscle in old age. While supplementation can play a powerful role, it's only one part of a comprehensive approach to managing sarcopenia. Experts agree that nutrition must go hand in hand with regular physical activity, particularly resistance and balance training. In addition, personalized health assessments, such as blood tests to check for deficiencies, can provide a roadmap for effective interventions. Nutritionist Diane Kim, who specializes in geriatric health, emphasizes the importance of whole foods. We always recommend starting with a diet rich in nutrient-dense options, leafy greens, fatty fish like salmon, eggs, legumes, and lean meats. But when blood tests reveal gaps, that's when supplements become essential, she explained. Here's a practical breakdown of what a day of muscle-supporting nutrition might look like for a senior. Breakfast: scrambled eggs with spinach, whole grain toast, and a glass of orange juice, vitamin C and magnesium. Lunch: grilled salmon salad with leafy greens, cherry tomatoes, olive oil dressing, and a slice of watermelon, vitamin D and Creatine from salmon. Snack: a protein smoothie with creatine, Greek yogurt, and a banana. Dinner: beef stir-fry with broccoli, red peppers, garlic, and brown rice. Magnesium, vitamin C, B12. Supplements: Creatine, 200 mg, vitamin D 1000 IU, B12, 1000 mcg, creatine, 5g, magnesium glycinate, 400 mg. How testing and monitoring make a difference. Another critical step in fighting sarcopenia is proactive testing. Annual or biannual blood panels can reveal deficiencies that are not evident through symptoms alone. In a 2023 study by the Mayo Clinic, over half of participants with significant muscle loss had no idea they were deficient in key nutrients until they underwent routine testing. Margaret Holloway, 73, from Atlanta, had no apparent symptoms until she fell during a gardening session. Her recovery was slow, and a follow-up check revealed low levels of vitamin D and magnesium. I never felt weak, but after the fall, I realized I needed to take muscle health seriously, she said. Since then, Margaret has made nutrition a priority and now walks 2 miles every morning without fatigue. Product suggestions and choosing the right supplement. With so many options on the market, selecting the right supplement can be daunting. Here are some trusted products, recommended by both consumers and healthcare professionals. Creatine, Doctor's Best High Absorption, Guanol Ultra Creatine Vitamin D, Nature-Made Vitamin D3, Nordic Naturals Vitamin D3 Vitamin B12, Garden of Life B12 Spray, Jarrow Formulas Methyl B12 Magnesium, Pure Encapsulations Magnesium Glycinate, Nature's Bounty Magnesium Creatine, Optimum Nutrition Micronized Creatine Monohydrate. Bulk supplements. Creatine. It's important to consult with a healthcare provider before starting any new supplement, especially if you are taking medications or managing chronic conditions. Aging with strength, preserving independence through muscle health. As the global population continues to age, sarcopenia has emerged as one of the most silent yet devastating threats to elderly independence. The gradual loss of muscle doesn't just make everyday activities more difficult, it increases the risk of falls, slows down recovery from injuries, and accelerates frailty and dependence on others. But here's the good news: sarcopenia isn't inevitable. It can be delayed, slowed, and even reversed when we pay attention to what our muscles truly need. When 71-year-old Patricia from Honolulu began struggling to lift her carry-on luggage into an overhead compartment, she didn't think much of it. But months later, she found it hard to rise from a chair without using her arms for support. I felt like I was shrinking, like I was disappearing into myself, she said. Her doctor diagnosed her with early sarcopenia and immediately recommended a nutrition and exercise protocol that included Creatine, magnesium, and creatine, along with resistance band training 3 times a week. 6 months later, Patricia was not only able to carry her groceries again, she signed up for a beginner's Tai Chi class and now attends weekly hikes with her neighbors. I feel like I've added years back to my life, she beamed. Why muscle health matters more than ever. We often associate health in old age with avoiding disease, but strength, balance, and functional independence are just as critical. According to the World Health Organization, Falls are the second leading cause of accidental injury deaths worldwide, and muscle weakness is a major contributor. Sarcopenia directly undermines the ability to maintain posture, coordination, and reaction time, factors that are vital in preventing falls and injuries. Beyond the physical aspect, muscle health is also tied to mental well-being. Seniors who remain physically active and mobile have lower rates of depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. They're more likely to stay engaged in their communities, participate in family life, and maintain a sense of purpose. David Klein, 78, from New York City, recalls how his father lost his ability to walk at age 80 and spent the rest of his life in a wheelchair. "I promised myself I wouldn't go down the same path," David said. At 75, he began a structured program that included compound strength training and a daily regimen of vitamin D, B12, and creatine. "It's been 3 years, and I still walk 5 miles every Sunday. My doctor says I have the muscle mass of a 60-year-old. The mindset shift, from decline to growth. One of the most powerful transformations in senior health comes from a mindset shift. Instead of accepting decline as inevitable, older adults can approach aging as a stage of maintenance and even growth. The body may age, but the potential for improvement remains alive, especially with the right support." Helen Armitage, 67, from Manchester, UK, is a perfect example. A former administrative assistant, Helen lived a sedentary lifestyle after retiring and noticed her thighs thinning and her back aching. Her son, a personal trainer, introduced her to protein-rich meals and supplements like B12 and Creatine. "I was skeptical at first, but then I started noticing my balance getting better. I could stand on one foot again. I even picked up yoga," Helen said with a laugh. Her story is echoed by thousands of seniors worldwide who are discovering that proper muscle care isn't about bodybuilding, it's about life building. Combining nutrition and exercise, a winning formula. It's worth repeating. Nutrients alone won't work miracles. Without movement, the body has no signal to rebuild or attain muscle. The true formula lies in the synergy between good nutrition and regular physical activity. Here are 4 practical principles that have worked for the seniors mentioned in this narrative. Test, don't. Blood tests can detect deficiencies in vitamin D, B12, magnesium, and more. These metrics help personalize supplementation strategies rather than relying on guesswork. Train smart, not hard. Resistance training doesn't require heavy weights. Bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, and even aquatic strength training can yield major gains. Start slow, and prioritize consistency. Feed your muscles high-quality protein in every meal, along with colorful vegetables, healthy fats, and whole grains. Supplement where necessary, especially when absorption declines with age. Track progress. Celebrate wins, whether it's increasing the number of steps you walk daily, climbing stairs more easily, or feeling less sore after activity. Every improvement counts. Keep a journal, or track with a smartwatch. Conclusion: your muscles, your freedom. The journey of aging doesn't have to be one of decline, it can be one of adaptation, empowerment, and strength. Muscle loss may be common, but it's not destiny. Through 6 vital nutrients: Creatine, vitamin D, B12, vitamin C, magnesium, and creatine, combined with movement and awareness, seniors can rebuild the foundation of a vibrant and independent life. Let the stories of Richard, Martha, Linda, Michael, Janet, Arthur, Bruce, Patricia, Margaret, David, and Helen be reminders that it's never too late to start. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, your muscles are listening. Feed them, move them, and they will respond. As Helen puts it, "I didn't get younger, but I got stronger, and that's what matters." Final word: small steps, big impact. If you or a loved one are entering older age, take this as a call to action. A simple blood test, a short walk, a small change in diet, or a new supplement could be the beginning of a powerful transformation. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress, and the reward, the ability to live, move, and thrive on your own terms. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like to let us know, share it with your parents, grandparents, or anyone who could benefit from stronger muscles and better health. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us, what steps are you taking to stay strong as you age? And of course, Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more science-backed tips on healthy aging, nutrition, and lifelong independence. Stay strong, stay independent, and we'll see you in the next video.